What's up, everybody? So we're back on the shop with another daily vlog, and what we're going to work on today is putting my maker's mark on the Farrier's Rasp knife. Now, I normally use this little gadget that I made here out of an AC adapter. Normally use that, but what I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to actually put my logo on here with all things that you can easily get and that you probably have in your house. So we're going to use just a car battery tinder. It is this guy right here. It just has a real simple alligator clips on it. It's that guy right there. We're going to be using this to actually put our maker's mark on there. And like I said, pretty much everything we're going to use today is going to be things that you can have at your house, and a lot of you probably already do. And we're going to put a maker's mark on this knife. So let's go ahead, jump into it, see how it turns out. So here's a list of what we're going to need. Some packaging tape, some fingernail polish. Doesn't matter really what the brand is. I prefer to use black on this because it makes the stencil stand out more. A number 2 pencil. The scissors are optional. I just use it to cut the tape. Some salt. You do not need fancy salt. Regular table salt will work. And some vinegar. That's not water, that's white vinegar. And then a little cup to mix it in, the salt and the vinegar. And then we're going to need some Q-tips. And of course, the battery tinder. Doesn't really matter the brand. You just need to be able to adjust the voltage and what size battery you're going to be putting it to. Now all we're doing here is just creating a little box that we're going to end up filling in with the fingernail polish. You want to make sure these edges are really taped down because you don't want any of this solution going past the edges of the tape. And we're going to take some acetone and just clean that little square, make sure there's no oils on it or anything like that. And then we're going to fill it in with the fingernail polish. You want to make sure you get all of the edges of the tape. Again, you don't want this solution to seep past that because we're going to be etching with it. That's all we're going to do. You want to make sure you get it on there just thick enough. And then we're going to use the number 2 pencil and just draw in our maker's mark. You can use your signature if you want, your initials. This is really simple and one of the easiest ways to actually do this. Just take your time and try not to rush through it. That's why I'm not speeding through this part, because I want y'all to see how much time I actually take to mark this on here. And my maker's mark is just the E that I use in my signature. I do a reversed E and then a forward R for my name. And that is my maker's mark. Kind of looks like a trident. And we'll just take the salt, the vinegar, mix it together. I don't use a specific ratio. I just do a little bit of salt and a little bit of vinegar. Then we want to make sure that this is set for a large battery. And I'm showing you this because I want you to see, you know, I don't tend to do this very often, but whenever you're doing this, you have to actually use the positive side attached to the steel and the negative side attached to the solution. It's weird that it's that big of a deal, but it is. Once I switched, you can actually start seeing that there's a reaction by the bubbles that are happening. And now it's actually doing something. So right now we are etching a maker's mark. So you got to remember that. The positive terminal goes on the knife and the negative terminal goes on the Q-tip. And we just take our time, just blot it. You do not want to swipe it or wipe it or anything like that because you'll end up rubbing the fingernail polish off and it will mess up your maker's mark. So you just want to blot it. That's it. Just dab it, dab it, dab it, and then take your time. Then we'll get this cleaned up. A little bit of acetone. And there is a maker's mark. And I'm not skipping any step here. This is me filming every step that I did and trying to take the time and show y'all what I'm doing. Now we're going to use the denim wheel on this buffer and some gray compound. We're just going to give it a good buff, make it stand out. And that's what we're left with, a nice etched maker's mark. Alright guys, well that wraps up today's daily vlog, and I hope the takeaway from this video is that you don't have to have the thousands of dollars worth of tools in order to make a good quality knife, or put a maker's mark on a knife that you just started. All we did was we took a car battery tender, a Q-tip, we dipped that thing into some vinegar with salt in it. We made a maker's mark. We didn't need a stencil. Hell, our stencil was clear masking tape and fingernail polish. And all we did was draw it in with a pencil. If you want to put your initials, your signature, or whatever, just use the pencil and fingernail polish. That's it. And you have a maker's mark. You don't have to go and buy some fancy stamp to hammer into it. You don't have to go buy this real fancy machine. If you're on your 5th knife, you don't need to be investing your money into that stuff. You need to be just trying to figure out what you have in your shop to be able to make the things that stand out. And I mean, come on guys, look at this. Maker's mark. And that's with stuff that I just had here. Nothing crazy, nothing fancy, just like that. So guys, hopefully this helps y'all out. Hopefully one of y'all actually tries this, and hopefully you do not electrocute yourself. Please don't electrocute yourself. Guys, thank y'all for coming by. If you haven't yet, give this video a thumbs up. Share this video or a video I've done in the past that might be your favorite, and if you would, bottom corner, hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you get notified of whenever I put handle scales on that thing. Thank y'all for coming by. Thank y'all for checking this video out. Y'all have an amazing day, and I'll catch y'all next time.